This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Hey there, it's Brian Sebastian, movie reviews and more. And if it's the Tuesday, we're always live. So this is show number 111, live shows in a row. So that's always a good feat. The year number 4, we've only missed 2 shows. And Rachel, that was like when I was last in Houston. That was a long time ago now. We still keep rocking and rolling. And as usual, we are live at Talk 4 TV, Talk 4 Media, K4 HD Radio, live on over 100 outlets around the world, Worldwide TV Network, WomenOnTV.tv, iTunes 247 out of Franklin, Tennessee. And so this is a special show, as every show is special. This is about directors, it's about brand strategists, it's about authors, speakers, everybody that you can imagine. Those cooks and our other co-hosts who are coming on later, which they're all going to just pop in like they always do. Sean, it's like Hollywood squares after a while when everybody comes on. It's like strange. But here's the great thing about this. I love his films. This is his 3rd decade. I liked, he was asked last time when we were talking about The King's Daughter, I think it was, trying to do this off the top of my head with Pierce Brosnan, which was an excellent film. I love all his films. He did Soul Surfer. I love that one. He's got Reagan coming out. This is the 20th anniversary of his production company. That's a good one there too. And, his publicist, Holly Davidson, just called me and said, I just saw Reagan or whatever. It's an excellent film. I said, you're torturing me right before the show? I need to see these things too. Because, Sean, I'm a movie whore. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. So when it comes to these things like that, the one and only Sean McNamara. I'm glad he's here. And I know he's busy because I didn't know he had a second film he's working on too, or it's in the can, but we'll talk about that. And all the way from Portugal, yes, it's 1 a.m. in the morning. My good. And it's all about personal and business brand strategy. She's very, very good at what she does. We met her through Hasmark Publishing, where she kind of brought me in with Katerina Kazaya. She's a best-selling author also. Rise Up from Mental Slavery. I want to say this, How to Unleash Your Infinite Potential. See, Danielle, I think I got it right because, again, I'm just going off the top of my head because I never know what's going to happen. So the great thing about that, she also still, and I said this, Sean, she represents us in South America because I love what she does, and she's very good at what she does. And she's got clients in over 27 countries. That blows my mind. So she's going to talk about all that stuff too. And then we got my good friend, Chef Rachel Roberts from Houston, Texas. She does a lot of stuff with Fox News out there. Ruben Dominguez. She's also, she doesn't even cook for us anymore. She doesn't even have time, but I bet you she's drinking bourbon because it's hot there. And she's got some weird weather going on in Houston, Texas. Howard Wiggins from Nashville, Tennessee. He's going to pop on. I think he just got the link. Tosh from Miami, Florida is going to pop on. We got 2 other directors, Danny Menken coming on for the Los Angeles Jewish Film Festival and Dances with Films. There's a lot of stuff going on around the country, and here I am in Nashville, Tennessee until I get back to Los Angeles next weekend. So let's start with this. Sean, we got to start with you first. Sorry, Danielle, but we got to start with him because I know his time is just going on.
I forgive you.
Hey, let's talk about this. I know this film is going to be good. I can't wait till see this film. I don't even care about August. I need to see it right away. Let's talk about Reagan. Let's talk about your production company, 25 years in. Congratulations with your partner. And, man, you're a busy man. Go ahead, Sean.
Sure. Well, Reagan is coming out August 30th, nationwide in 3,500 theaters. And it's just a quick, interesting story. My first job in the entertainment business before, I mean, I played guitar in Irish pubs and during high school, and I played it at different places. And I always wanted to get a job in the entertainment industry. And my friend's dad, Marty Pacetta Jr., Marty Pacetta Sr. directed the Academy Awards every year for 17 years, like when I was in high school and all that. And I kept saying, please get me a meeting with your dad. And when I was 18 years old, he finally got me that meeting. And I went into his office and he said, so what do you want to do, kid? And I had no idea what to say. I'm like, I don't know. I'm in a band. I plug in microphones. And he goes, audio, that's for you. And literally from that day, the next thing he made a call to somebody in audio. And my first job was Reagan's inauguration in 1981. And so it's just crazy that it came back, you know, this long, my whole career, with that being the number one professional job I had, doing Reagan's inauguration, plugging in his microphone at the inaugural balls.
That's incredible. Who would have known? Wow.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Talk about working with Dennis again. That's always interesting in how you do things like that.
Absolutely. Well, Dennis is the best. I met him on Soul Surfer, and he played Bethany Hamilton's dad, and Tom Hamilton. And the one thing he wanted to learn when we did that movie was how to surf. And so we taught him how to surf. So all the surfing in that movie is actually Dennis. He had never really surfed before, but he learned how to do it on that movie. And then we did On a Wing and a Prayer together for Amazon. And again, a tricky thing because he is a pilot, but I had to teach him how to not be a pilot. So that was crazy. And then Reagan, which he's just superb. He is just the most incredible actor. And he's a lot like Ronald Reagan. I mean, he's an actor. He has like intense interest in everything. But he just nailed the performance of Ronald Reagan. And he's extraordinary in the movie. And there's nothing like working with him. Like, for example, in the script, there'd be this much of the speeches. Dennis would learn the whole speech, literally from top to bottom, that Reagan did. And we would shoot the whole speech, even though like pretty much we would end up with like a smaller bit of it. But he just wanted to get so into the character of Ronald Reagan, and he did it. And he was scared to death to play the part. But I'm saying, you look like him, and if we comb your hair right, you're gonna be him. And you know, we took him, we lunched him, we wined, we dined him, and we brought him to the Reagan Ranch, the Reagan Library, and finally got him to agree to play Ronald Reagan.
Danielle, let's talk about you. Since it is 5 minutes after 1 a.m. in Portugal, let's talk about what makes you great at Brandy. I know why you're good. Asmark and other companies know why you're good, but Sean and Rachel may not know why you're one of the best. Go ahead.
You know, what I say every time is that we are here to serve, okay? And my main concern every time I get clients is to meet their highest interest. You know, I work for the client, not for me. So everything in my power I do to help the client meet the success that they look for. You understand? So, okay, there are things that it's not just about, you know, keep investing in myself and learning and be on top of of my craft. But I think that the main thing is the desire to really help the client.
So you can't go wrong with that. All right, so Rachel, talk about who you are, what's going on, and we're going to show this clip. Go ahead, Rachel.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Rachel Roberts. I'm a little chef here in Houston, Texas. I have a show in the morning called Coffee Talk, and I work a little bit with, like, you know, the news and other stuff. I've been working with Brian for a few years, and Terry. Terry, go ahead. Talk about you.
I don't know. Let's talk about you, Rachel.
Oh.
Okay.
Terry and I are going to do some exercise videos together at some point.
I would love to do that. Anyway, Rachel, finish talking about yourself, then I'll talk about myself.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I do some fun stuff. I'm working on, you know, a new podcast coming out where I interview people and incorporate my cooking back into the, because that's, I think foremost what I do is I love to cook and eat. Obviously, that's all I've been doing the whole show, but yeah, that's it.
All right,
But
Terry.
I'm gonna say something, Rachel. Though,
Mm-hmm.
if you're eating the right foods, you can eat pretty much a lot. Like, people don't realize that, because basically it's not really what the calories are; it's what the food is. So that's something that we can talk about, Rachel, if you want to do some fitness stuff together. But anyway, I'm a fitness competitor. I've been with Brian since 2014. I cannot believe it's been 10 years, Brian, that I've been working with you. I begged Brian to give me a chance, put me on the red carpet, which I just did the Ed Eisner's family poker event for autism on Saturday. It was an amazing event.
You look so beautiful.
We just did that. I'm sorry?
You look so beautiful.
Thank you. I got some feedback. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I'm traveling for work. I also work in orthopedics as I'm a rep, but we do bracing and support for arthritis for athletes. So I've got that going on. I do artwork. I do some acting. I'm like all over the place. That's why they called me nonstop Terry Marie. Anyway, so, and I'm sorry I'm a little late because I'm traveling for work and I'm in Bolton. If anybody doesn't know where that is, it's a little bit outside of Solvang in Central California. It's absolutely beautiful here. We got a nice breeze. We got the mountains, the cows, the horses, and a lot of people don't realize that California's got like the, that part of it too, where it's got like the farms and the cows and the horses. And I just love this area. So it's very peaceful. If that makes any sense. But anyway, and you can find me on Nonstop Terry Marie on all platforms, but I guess we'll talk about that later. That's me.
Yeah. So I've been waiting for this. Let's take a look at this trailer because I'm looking forward to
I love that.
movie.
This was great. This movie was great.
Can I speak with you about something? Teddy's struggling with the SAT.
I love piano, not this stupid test. Can you not make everything about the SAT?
I just want to help.
Well, we had it set up for that one first, Sean. Sorry about that. Now we're going to go to yours.
That was my favorite.
That's awesome.
No. We're going to talk about that later. He's not here yet. Sean's here. So we're going to talk about, see, everybody's popping in. So we're going to talk about Reagan first. So we're going to show that trailer first, and then we're going to go back to everybody.
I love that show.
It's taken her a couple of minutes to get about reloaded. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was. Hi, John.
Hey,
Hi,
let's talk
Melissa.
about
There's nothing a retired governor can, but a president. Now he can do a thing or two.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
I will be frank with you that as a citizen, I would not like to see any political party outlawed on the basis of its ideology, because I still believe, Mr. Chairman, that democracy can handle it.
I was a brand new KGB officer, given my first intelligence assignment. A certain actor and union leader.
Dutch, there's a purpose for your life.
You can run from a bully for so long, but after a while, you're going to have to stand up to him.
There's my boy!
There's about to be another war right here in Hollywood. The commies on one side, the mob on the other. New York right in the middle, son.
If you put as much work into your career as you do making your speeches, you'd have an Oscar by now.
Hello, I'm Nancy Davis.
Hello, Nancy Davis. I'm Ron Reagan.
I'm curious, Ron. What would you say is the issue of our time?
No question about it. Communism and the Soviet Union.
Get in the game. Run for office.
It's you.
I'm running for governor, and I would like your vote.
I forgot your name. Do his initials help or are? Honey, Roy Rogers is here. And he's running for governor.
Ronnie, remember when we met? You told me that you wanted to make a difference in this world. You know what you have to do.
Governor Reagan again, typically, is against such a proposal.
There you go again.
But he was not afraid to take us on.
There's nothing a retired governor can do about the Soviets, but a president. Now he can do a thing or two.
Welcome to your life.
I was a lifeguard on a river,
There's no turning back.
and I learned how to read the currents. Not just the ones on the surface, but also the ones deep underneath the water.
I am about to start the biggest war of this century, and I'm not going to fire a single shot.
You're gonna blow up 8 years of diplomacy.
Well, if you think that got their undies in a wad, you just wait.
What did the president know, and when did he know it?
What would you have me do?
I want you to fight.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Wants to rule the world.
Oh. I definitely need to see that movie.
All right, Sean.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the first to say I bet you he gets a nomination because I can just tell because Dennis is not only a great actor, but what I see so far, it's like the second in, I'm like, oh, he gets my vote for Critics' Choice already.
That looked amazing.
He's that good.
Amazing.
I don't want to jinx anything, but he's great. Yes, Dennis Quaid is a great actor.
That looks amazing. And I'm just going to say something really quick, Brian. Sorry. I mean, I pretty much follow politics, and I was introduced to politics through Ronald Reagan as a child because my parents were big supporters of him. So I'm really excited to see that movie. Really excited.
Fantastic. I'm excited for you to see it.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, John, before we get you, because we showed a little tip of your trailer, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. So, Sean, talk about, Penelope Ann Miller is in this also. This cast looks phenomenal. I mean, this trailer's great. Talk about what was the process of that doing that?
Well, I'd worked with Penelope Ann Miller on a movie called Robo Sapien in 2008. And she's just fun to be on the set. She's an absolute dream to work with as an actress. She's so talented. And most people comment that the relationship that Ron and Nancy had is what they love most about the movie. So she and Dennis are just terrific together. And she just nailed Nancy down to, the costumes. She read all the books that Nancy wrote. So again, I just love actors who go for it and they do their research and they just bring back gold that then we get to shoot on the set. But you are going to love her performance as well as Dennis. And then we have John Voight, and he plays the Russian spy. And that's why I took the movie, because when I read the script and I went, wait, we're telling Ronald Reagan's story from the point of view of a Russian spy. That was intriguing to me. And he's fantastic. And yeah.
Well, John Voight is an amazing actor too. Like that's an interesting perspective to see it from like the other side of what was going on in that era. I mean, I'm dating myself, but I still was a kid when this is going on. But I mean, it's just that's crazy to see it from that angle.
It's amazing. It's really cool, and it is an all-star cast, and they're fantastic.
Mm.
Hey, so everybody popped on because I know it was either internet link problems and stuff like that. So Vocally Tosh from Miami, tell them who you are, followed by Howard, followed by John. Go ahead.
Well, hello, everyone. I see some familiar faces here. I'm Natasha Rumbos. Vocally Tosh, as people call me, because that's my Instagram handle. But I live in Miami. I'm a Latin pop singer-songwriter and also a bartender. And then I've been with Brian for about 4 years doing movie reviews and more. And I have also done my dabble in radio in New York and in Miami. So always keeping myself involved in the entertainment industry. And I've been working on a lot of projects. That's why I've kind of been a little away from the podcast and training at new places. But we're back, baby. We're back.
What's awesome with Natasha is I was able to interview the first time she was on the show.
Hold on, Terry. Let's get to everybody. They just popped in.
Sorry.
Howard Wiggins from Brentwood. Go ahead, Howard.
I'm Howard Wiggins. I'm Little Roy Wiggins' son, which plays steel guitar for Eddie Arnold. I'm one of the world's 35 leading interior designer, featured in Andrew Martin Volume 3. I do a little bit of acting, a little bit of dancing. Been in some country music videos and rock videos too. I was in Jack White's video, What's the Trick?
That kicked ass on all the views. I think it was over, what was it, 10 million views or something like that he did. Did Howard Freeze? Probably. Yeah, we got, so I'm in Tennessee, so he's not that far. Yeah, he's not that far from me. So we have
Move closer to the, okay.
we got some weird weather. So Howard, the last thing you said, you were talking about Jack White. Finish, go ahead.
Yeah, I was in the Jack White's video, What's the Trick? I'm featured in that 3 times. So you can watch me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever.
And John, let's talk about this, because it's all, like I said, all about the beginning of the show is about directors, brand strategies, writers, producers, and actors. So John, let's talk about your film, because Sean and Danielle saw a little clip of that, and I really love this. And Rachel's going to talk about that because she saw it today. John, tell us who you are and talk about your film debuting this next week at Dances with Films in Hollywood, California.
Yeah, my name is John DiMaio. Live in Brooklyn, New York. Thanks for having me on the show. And I wrote, directed, and edited a horror satire film about the SAT and applying to college. So stars Heather Burns and Charlie Basso, and it's a fun one.
John, I loved it. I just can
hold on.
Yeah,
Rachel,
Brian, I want to tell him.
Let's show the clip first, and then you can tell him.
Okay.
Can I speak with you about something? Teddy's struggling with the SAT.
I love piano, not this stupid test. Can you not make everything about the SAT?
I just want to help. Princeton's in the mix.
It's so great.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm a horror fan person, so
Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. Brian, let me break in. So Brian, I have a 17-year-old that's taking the SATs who's homeschooled and has a special, he has special needs. This show was written for me. I just loved it. I could totally see myself, that mother, shoving her kid's hand down the disposal. I was like, that's not so bad. And at the end, when she's like, yeah, but does he get extra time on the SAT? I get that. I loved it.
Rachel, I don't think you were supposed to tell the ending because she's
spoiler alert, but it's all good.
They're not. No spoilers.
That's so excited.
Remember, and Danielle will tell you, it's about branding and strategy. You have to get people to go see these things.
I'm sorry.
See, she's excited.
I'm glad you liked it.
So good, John.
Okay, I'm a horror. I'm Rachel and Brian knows. I am a horror buff. I love horror movies. I like old horror stuff, so I'm probably gonna like this. I mean, I like weird, stuff like The Shining, stuff like, oh gosh, what was Annabelle horror, all that old stuff, that just bring me back. Anything horror, I love.
I really enjoyed it, John.
Thank you. It was a fun one.
I can't wait to see what else you put together, because I have a tendency to stalk. I love to read books and authors that I fall in love with, and then now I've fallen in love with you. So I can't wait to see what else you're gonna put out.
Thank you. It was a fun project. It was really, we had a great producing team that put a lot of resources into it and believed in our vision. So just amazing director of photography and production designer, Jason Josepher and Robert Yuta, and of course the actors, just working with those teams was really special. And I think they helped, create this beautiful thing. So it's really fun.
It's good.
Hey, Sean and John, talk about this. I'm not an actor. I don't want to be. I want nothing to do with it. But my friends are. So I always ask a lot of questions on their behalf. Talk about what it takes to put these trailers. You guys have seen each other's trailers. Talk about, it's not easy. And Sean, you know this from being in over 3 decades, obviously. The world of marketing a film is different. And Sean, for you, a short film, you've got to catch on. You don't have enough time to make a longer trailer. Talk about each other's trailers and what it's like to get people to get to the theaters, because it's not easy these days. Sean, you go first.
John, you want to go first there?
Sure. I was lucky in that we brought on an amazing trailer editor, so I didn't have to do any of the hard work of making a trailer. I think for directors, it's particularly hard because you have so many babies that you want to keep in the trailer or want to show. And it's good to have another pair of eyes or another, deft hands knowing what to keep out and what to show and what to hold back. And I was lucky that Brent Howard just put together this great trailer that really captures the spirit of the movie without any spoilers. So it was, I'm grateful for that.
I concur with you. I think trailer making is an art unto itself, and I have no idea how they do it. All I know is I don't know how to do it. They got to take, a 2-hour, 1.5-hour film and condense it to 2.5 minutes and get you interested and make it, interesting but not give away too much. So I love the people who do that. It's just amazing how they pull it, and they move things around and they put different lines with different pictures. And they literally tell a story in 2 minutes that gets the audience excited to come and see your movie.
Howard, talk about this. You've seen both trailers. You could have been in Reagan if Sean had known you before. Talk about looking at that from the actor's point of view, followed by Tosh.
Let's see. I probably like the Reagan one, only because I related to that a little bit more. That was my era. The other one went by quickly and caught my attention, but I knew where the Reagan one was headed. I knew the story pre. I didn't know the other story, so I think that one just hit me harder.
Tosh.
Well, for me, definitely. So I'm into horror suspense, but not what's it called? Like spirits and stuff like that. That scares me. But I mean, this trailer caught me. John's trailer had caught me. I don't know if you guys saw, but I was literally going like this because I thought something was gonna pop in the screen. I don't know why. I kind of felt like something scary was gonna pop up. I really enjoyed, it just catches you. It's very short and boom, boom, boom. It's already captivating you. I always love the whole school movies. It's they could go a lot of different ways. And Sean's trailer, I mean, it's Sean. I follow you on Instagram and I'm always keeping up with what you're doing. And I had seen that trailer when you had posted it. And I was like, damn, it's amazing actors. And it just looks like it looks like it's going to be a really huge movie when it comes out. And Danis, he's an actor that's known all over the world. So I'm 100% sure both movies are going to be really great.
And Danielle, when you see these, when it comes to marketing and being a strategy, whether it's personal or company, that's also important too, isn't it?
Yeah. The main thing is today people are so overwhelmed with information that catching their attention is, I think, is the hardest of the work. And then if you can grab their attention, the next most important job is to show them that you deserve their attention. Why you are, why do you deserve to that they give their attention for you to be able to show them what you can do for them.
And then, so Rachel, go back to why you like this, because like I said, she was excited to see this, and you still want to get people to go, because the problem is people aren't going to the theaters these days, and when they're coming out, they're only coming out for certain things. So as Sean knows, and I'm sure John knows this, and I definitely know this, marketing things in general is difficult. And so that's why I like to have the artist on, because my job is to get you to go to the theater, to support those artists, whether it's art, whether it's a book, whether it's music, dancing, it doesn't matter. You've got to get people to go to these things, and then the marketing world has changed, which goes into what Danielle does. Yeah, that's important. So when someone like Rachel's in talking about this, continue your excitement on this, Rachel, because you're the person that they're looking to get, which is great.
John, I really enjoyed watching. There were two ones that I watched, and the other one was what we tapped on last week was the
How to Get the Potatoes.
Yes, but you really enjoyed that one. But that one. But you know what, John, I liked John's. There was a point in John's we're like, oh my God, this is going to get dark. And it just got creepy. And I just ran with it. And I really enjoyed it. And I don't know. I mean, part of it was that it really touched into my own life, but I really felt that. I don't go out to watch movies anymore. I haven't been to the movie theater in I don't know how many, since before COVID. Brian loves to go to the movie theater, but
so Rachel, what freaks you probably freaks you out and me out is probably something that can really happen. Right? Really psychological stuff that because we actually, sometimes you don't know that somebody's a psychopath in your life. So that's the scariest thing ever.
Oh, Terry, you would have loved it. The mother went like cuckoo. She was like,
that's the stuff.
Yeah.
It's not ghosts that scare me. It's like the psychological things about the human beings of what they can do,
Terry, you would have loved it. It was like family members going cuckoo. You got to watch it. You'd relate.
I will.
So Sean and before we get to this, but so Sean and John, you see the difference of why certain people not, because they are movie lovers. Rachel watches a lot of stuff. Terry's more into horror and in 80s rock and stuff like that when she's not there. I'm getting to the movies cross country to seeing if people are going or not. And I've been telling people since 2015 that film festivals were dead and something, but that doesn't stop me from supporting. It doesn't stop me from having people go to the theaters. I know I can get them there by going to those different states and stuff like that. So that's why it's good to have you guys on, because you can see the differences of people cross country and around the world, why they don't go. One's distance, two's the time, three, they're not showing enough independent, or sometimes there's not enough good films like Reagan. I was excited, not even 10 seconds in, Sean, 2 seconds in, because I know your work.
I have to see
and that for me is important.
Seen
I
that
can
yet.
push that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, Sean. I can't wait. I'll look. Yeah,
I was excited. I was excited watching John's trailer because I have just recently got into horror films, and it just seemed just pitch perfect the way it was done, and just those shots are incredible. And I just love it. I love to be scared. I love all kinds of movies, but I certainly love horror films like that. And this looks like one I want to get to right away. So I'm looking forward to it, John.
Thanks, Sean. I'm excited to see the biopic of Reagan. It looks pretty exciting, and it got a cool little twist on point of view and who's telling the story. It seems really interesting.
All right, we're going to go to these pictures in a minute, but one last thing. I got to ask you directors, because this is important. What are you guys seeing when, there's not big opening box office? Those days on opening weekend, it's gone. Movies have legs because word of mouth. And I don't know if you guys know that. So, Sean, last year, I hit all the film festivals cross country. Pretty much, I went to a lot of the smaller ones because I wanted to see in person. Is anybody cover them? Is anybody seeing these great films? I'm going to talk about near the end of the show some of the documentaries, the great ones that are out there. But one of them, Dances with Films was one of the best film festivals last year because of what was going on. And that made me happy. And John, the fact that you got your film in there, that's a great thing. But when it comes to marketing, like Danielle said, it's not easy. When it comes to Tosh, she knows how tough it is to market her stuff. And then Sean, we was talking about this. When you talk to some of your friends, and I talked to a lot of critics, and I challenged them, why aren't you going to see these films? Why aren't you out there supporting these people when it comes to their work? And because I'm going to film festivals cross country, I'm going to movie theaters cross country, and I challenge these theater owners to do something different to get people to come see these films, because both of you have great films. Sean, what do you say about that? Followed by John, and then we're going to go back to Danielle and then show Terry's photos. Go ahead, Sean.
This is why I love your show, because you have to convince people to go. There's nothing like watching a movie in a full theater with people. It's a totally different experience than watching it on Netflix and Amazon and all the other streaming channels. Being with people, a horror film with a group of people is the best feeling in the world, because you all scream at the same time, you all jump at the same time. So it's an event. You have to tell your friends to go see movies in the theater. And that's how you just make good films, and they will come. But you got to remind them it is a much better experience in the theater first.
John?
Yeah, I don't think I have too much to add there. I mean, I love going to movies in the theater, and it's hard right now because I have a child under the age of 2.5 in my house, so I'm not very slept. So I don't get to the theater as often as I like. But it's tough when a movie like Hitman comes out and it is in the theater for a couple weeks and then it's straight on Netflix. It's not much of an incentive to go see it in the theater, which is too bad because that's the type of movie that you want to see with a group of people. So I don't really know. As a director, sometimes I like to sort of put my head down and try to focus on my craft and just hope that I get to keep making movies and that the audiences will come.
Tosh, you're going to say something.
No, it's true. Because I watched the Hitman on Netflix when it was, in the movie theater. So yeah, it's more of an incentive. Like, I'm just gonna stay home. I have my full screen and popcorn. But it's different when you're in the movie theater. Like I watch scary movies with people in a movie theater, and it's so much more fun. Like it actually makes me less scared because I know nothing is gonna happen to me because everybody's with me. So yeah, the movie theaters, it's a vibe.
Hey, Sean, real quick for the audience, give your social media links so people can support you, and also when Reagan is coming out again.
Yes.
All right, so it's McNamara 6262. That's McNamara 6262, and Reagan comes out August 30th.
John.
I'm barely on social media. I think my Instagram is John D. John. And for the film, it's Princeton's in the Mix film for Instagram. And we're at Dances with Films on Monday.
And congratulations on that, because getting into dances is not easy anymore. And like I said, that was the only film festival, Sean and Danielle, that every single theater was crowded. I walked in there, I thought it was an accident. Why all these people here? There's not this many people at a movie theater anymore. Every single day. And I went back to see if it was a fluke. Nope. Every single movie I saw there with no press, except for myself and one other person each day. I was amazed. So I said, you know what? I'm going to make sure that no matter what, we're going to talk about these great films regardless. And Howard would tell you, when I was at Nashville Film Festival, we saw some great films. We saw the Gloria Gaynor documentary, and I went back for AFI, Sean and John, and no one had seen this film. Howard, wasn't that a great film last year at Nashville Film Festival?
Awesome.
You see, it disappeared. It was that good. But no one saw it, and it pissed me off. And I said, I'm going to keep talking about these films no matter what. And Gloria was there, and she was 80 years old, and we had access to it. That just doesn't happen in Hollywood anymore. So that's why I've been traveling across country.
Yeah. Wait, I have a question. Like super random for Howard. Is that a snake on your head? Like,
it is. A real one.
All right, Howard.
I'm just like, what?
So Sean and John, if you remember, we always ask Howard what he's wearing. So since Tosh said, "What's that hat?" Go ahead, Howard. What are you wearing, and what room are you in? Go ahead.
It's the upstairs art gallery, and it's a real rattlesnake skin. And if I could turn around to the back, the tail is in the back. So, you know me. You never know what to expect from me, do you?
No, that's true. No, yeah. See, Sean, if I was the casting director, I'm like, Howard Wiggins should have been a Reagan.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad I met you, Howard. We got to work together.
Yeah, well, I got one where I look like Johnny Depp that I put on Facebook, and so I change my look all the time. It's you never know what to expect. So
yeah, I was not expecting a rattlesnake on your head, Howard. You got me.
I didn't even notice that until Tosh said something, but I was getting to him.
In the teeth.
I wasn't surprised when the guy in the cowboy hat liked the Reagan trailer better than mine. It was like, come on.
All right, Terry, since you're back, let's see. Okay, so the Ed Asner poker event, which was last week. Let's talk about that. Okay, photos, Rebel. Hit it.
Okay. Oh, okay. So this is Matt Eisner and his wife. Basically, I just lost connection, so I can't really hear anything right now. So I don't know, Brian, if you're going to have to help me out. I seriously lost audio.
All right, tell us who this is. Oh, that's Stan. That's my friend Stan Davis. Go ahead.
That's Stan from Elementary, and then that's Chantel in the back. She was on Beverly Hills cop number 2. She was awesome. She had awesome outfit. Like this was a great event. It was a charity. It was for autism, and it was the Ed Eisner Foundation at the Radcliffe Studios in Studio City this weekend. I can't hear anybody, so I have a back.
Keep going. Keep going.
Can you guys hear me?
Let's keep going.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, this is a fundraiser again for autism. I got to interview a family that had been helped at Eisner. This is just a wonderful event, and I got to be able to be on the red carpet and interview that's Charlie Tilton from Dallas. Dave Foley from Kids in the Hall, which I'm a huge fan of. That is Natasha. Brian, do you have the?
Natasha Beckerson. Yeah.
Yes.
Natasha Beckerson.
Yes. So yeah, again, we had a great time. I got tons of footage. It's always a great event. That's
Tony
John
Denson
Gotti.
from The Closer.
Yes, and Gotti, get Gotti, yeah. And then of course is me at the end there.
You look so beautiful.
It's pretty.
Yes.
It's nice.
It was such a good event, and everybody was so excited because this is such a great opportunity to give back to the community for autism.
So, John, we liked your photo on that. So we don't have that much time left. So Danielle, talk about this. People going to the theaters in your country, but also talking about how did you get so many clients on the branding side of things and why you're important, because people don't understand that.
For clients, in my case, is more the mouth to mouth. You understand, because I am not a social media person. I have my profiles, of course, but I'm not very good at. And I like more to go in networking events and to talk with people. And every time someone comes to me, experience the work that I do for them, and they recommend me to other people. So thank God it has been working for years. So I don't have to worry to be in the hamster wheel of social media. And I am about to launch my first solo book about personal branding. Okay. Cannot say the name yet, the title of it, but it's about perhaps 1 month only for me to be able to reveal it, but it already has a cover, and it's about teaching strategies for people so they can develop their personal brands to create market differentiation and achieve success.
And so here's the thing. I disagree that she's not good on social media. She's very good on social media. She's just being modest.
I don't have the patience.
I will tell you, Sean and John, I will tell you she's very good. She kicks ass on LinkedIn, and I see her all over the place, and she's very supportive of that, and she helps promote a lot of the authors. And that's one reason why I only chose her. And I said this to her, I think, at 21 when I met her. I don't want anybody else to represent for movie reviews and more in Dream River except for Danielle when it comes to South America, because she's that good. She's good at supporting the artists. She's good at supporting those authors. And she's always looking for those people that she really wants to help. And that's why I like her. And that's why I call her friend. And that's also why she's up at almost 2 o'clock in the morning in Portugal time. You can't get any better than that. Hey, Rachel, we got a couple of minutes left. You were going to talk about movies. Go ahead.
So Latency. That's one I want to go see. It looks really good. I'm friends with the guy that did the composing, the music composing. So I'm looking forward to that. What about you, Brian?
Well, I'm glad you asked me, because when it comes to Rachel, she watches a lot of movies. She just watches them at home, but she does watch them. And then, when I send her something, she does watch them. Yes. So, Sean, when you're working on those 2 movies and everything like that, I want to hear about the second one in a minute. And John, and even vocally Tosh, I am Big Bird on how Big Bird started with Sesame Street. I don't know if you know this. Jim Henson, David Bowie, and Roberta Flack are responsible for creating and helping Luther Vandross. Jim Henson, his documentary is coming out. I'm going to see it next week, but it's very good. He seems like he has his hand in everything, and that's great. But also Manhunt, about finding Lincoln, President Lincoln's killer, on Apple. Very, very good. 7 episodes of that. I just watched it all last night. I thought it was going to be terrible, riveting. It was that good.
Wow.
Sean, you know, John, it was like your movie in a way, that short film like that. It was that good. Princeton in the mix. And then thank you, Good Night, John Bon Jovi on Hulu. 4-part episode with John, and very, very good. He was in Nashville last week. And then Dionne Warwick. And I'm talking about the people that are still here. These documentaries need to be seen because they're just really, really good. Dionne is on hers is on HBO Max or Max. And then I just finished Stax Records because our friend Lois, her husband died, and he works for Stack Records. Howard Lois. David passed away a couple of days ago. So it's one of those things when you can work for Stack Records and you can see that history of that. That came out May 24th, and it's on Max. 4-part series on how they started. And I forgot when I interviewed Isaac Case, I forgot that he won. He was the first person of color to win for Shaft an Oscar. It had never been done before. And so I'm watching this. I'm like, oh, I forgot that when I interviewed him because he had just had a heart attack. So these are the movies to catch up on when you get a chance, because it's one of those things where a lot of people can't get to the theaters, but when they get there, it may not be that movie that they want to see. It might only be there for 2 weeks because it doesn't have a good opening. That doesn't mean it's not a good movie. It's just they're not sticking around. So we have to support them in different ways. Streaming services aren't doing so well. And I know you guys, like someone like Howard, he doesn't want to sit home and go and watch movies. He'd rather be out dancing. So I'm not going to send him something that I know he's not going to like. I'm going to send him something that is going to be riveting for him, which is good. And Rachel does the same thing. She likes to watch movies. So does Terry. You know, and vocally, Tasha's watching a lot of great things too. We got about 4 minutes left. Let's talk about this. John, what do you expect for when the people to come out to see your premiere Monday at Dances with Films in Hollywood?
Sorry, you cut out there a little bit. Say that again.
Oh, what are you expecting when people come out to see your film in Dances with Films in Hollywood?
I'm excited for them to have a good time. I think it's a fun, scary movie, and there's some surprises. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it in a theater with a lot of people.
Do you know what time showing's for everybody?
How do I get a ticket to go see it on Monday night? I would love to go see that.
It's at 5 p.m. It's at 5 p.m. There's a link somewhere that I can find and send to all of you. And I'm sure you can find it on the Dances with Films website. And yeah, and I'll be there to watch with everyone.
I'm coming.
Awesome.
It's very good, Sean. And Sean, you got another movie after Reagan coming out. Can you talk about that or not yet?
That's Bow, Artist at War. It comes out through Paramount Republic Pictures November 20th, and it's a movie about Joseph and Rebecca Bow, who were in Schindler's List. They were the couple who got married in Schindler's List. I'm telling their whole story.
Wow. Wow. Through Paramount Republic?
It's called Republic Pictures. It's an old label that they dusted off, and they brought it back for indie films.
Interesting. Well, that's good. Who stars in that?
Emil Hirsch and Imbar Lavi.
Emil's a great actor. I can't wait to see that. All right, one more time. When's Reagan come out, and when can we look forward to this?
Reagan comes out August 30th, 2024, and please come if you can, all of you, to the show at the Grauman's Chinese Theater.
I definitely want to go to see. I'm definitely coming.
Okay. All right, last go around. All right, Rachel Roberts, social media links and what's going on with you. Go ahead.
Coffee talk. You can follow me at Rachel Ann Roberts, Rachel Roberts Recipes, or behind Terry somewhere in LA.
Terry.
Terry Marie Nonstop on all platforms, and then terrymariaofficial.com is my website, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me. Just stay tuned.
We hope so. Terry, I want to see you dancing.
Yes, bring those dancing videos back.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Rachel, for being my fan.
I am. I'm your biggest fan. I love you.
Danielle, talk about why people should go to your site, why they should hire you as that good branding and personal marketeer, as I would say.
You know, if you want to find the best position for you in the market that you want to penetrate, okay, I can help you. You can go to my website, daniellemartins.com, LinkedIn Danielle Martins, Instagram Danielle Martins Official, and also Facebook.
Vocally Tosh.
You can find me, well, Vocally Tosh, on all social media platforms. You can find my music on any streaming platform, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere. YouTube to check out my music videos. Check out Sugar Daddy. Check out Dale Dale, collaboration with a Colombian salsa choque artist. And things that are coming up. Oh yeah, that's me in the song, and that's Danielle. A few things that are coming up are a few remixes that I've been getting into with a guy in Dominican Republic and a guy in Colombia, and they're remixing my Sugar Daddy and Dime Una Cosa. So those are going to be new projects that will be showing in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, keep on tuned for that.
Howard Wiggins.
Howard Wiggins Facebook. I'm also Howard Wiggins Interior Design, but I don't do that much. But I am going to start posting on my regular Facebook more design tips. And I want to give one tip today. The biggest mistake people do when they buy furniture, they decide what they like before they even go look. And I tell people that's like, if a woman wanted to buy a red dress, you're only looking at the red dresses. You're not looking at the best dress for you. You're looking for the red dress. So when you go shopping, look at all your possibilities and then just make your decision after you look. That's it.
And one last thing before we go. Los Angeles Jewish Film Festival starts tomorrow, June 19th to the 24th. Definitely Denny Mencken's film. He was supposed to be here. He's going to come on later on. Coreyville, the real life true shooting in Coreyville, Texas. Excellent film. And I can't wait to see that. I'm going to miss it this year because I'm still in Tennessee right now. And I want to thank everybody. It's not easy putting everybody together when they pop on, bad links, bad weather, all that stuff, but we made it happen. Sean McNamara, thank you for coming on. Can't wait to see Reagan. John, I will hopefully see you, I think, if you're there for a couple more days for Dances with Films. And Howard, Danielle, Terry, Rachel, Vocally Tosh, I say this. If you see someone without a smile, have a good night tonight. Please, thank you. And please give them one of yours. This is Brian Sebastian, Movie Reviews and More. We will see you next week.
Bye, everyone.